The 2013 Women's Road World Cup was in Cittiglio, northwest Italy, for the Trofeo Alfredo Binda, the second round of the series. Conditions for the 120-kilometre race could hardly have been more different to the previous edition, as the winter weather continues to push its way into the European spring. Some riders feel better about these conditions than others.
Actually, I like the rain, but it could be like 10 degrees more, then it would be better, but okay, we will see.
I think the weather always plays a role, but luckily it's quite soft rain, so we just hope for a safe ride, and I think it will be a good race today.
The weather could have been a bit better, but it's kind of like English weather, so I'm used to it. So no, I'm excited to get out there and see how we can do. Yeah,
we've always been racing in the rain, so we're getting used to it. But it's always there are always a little bit more crashes. Some girls are a bit more scared. Some girls like it, so it's always a bit different when it's raining.
You need to like the rain to be good in the rain.
All eyes were on three-time race winner, world Olympic champion Marianne Vos of Rabobank Live Giant, who was the overwhelming favourite to take a fourth victory. The peloton rolled out of the start at Loveno Mombello on the banks of Lake Maggiore under persistent rain, which was to get heavier as the race progressed. The 52-kilometre opening circuit saw a breakaway from Jessie Dams of Paul Stolmans, Cittiglio of Orica AIS, Ashley Moorman of Lotto Belisol and Carol-Anne Canuel of Vienne Futuroscope, but the peloton was not willing to allow a group of such strong riders to build a significant lead. The quartet was a minute clear shortly before it began the first of four hilly 17-kilometre circuits. It was back in the peloton after 73 kilometres though, with more than 2.5 laps to go. On the next descent from the circuit's main climb, Elisa Longo Borghini of High Tech Products slipped away with Amanda Spratt of Orica AIS, and the two of them worked together to open up a lead. The next time up the climb though, with more than 25 kilometres to race, Longo Borghini left Spratt behind and didn't look back. Over the top, Longo Borghini was 10 seconds clear of Spratt, with the peloton now a minute and 20 seconds behind. Swedish champion Emma Johansson of Orica AIS and Ellen van Dijk of Specialised Lululemon managed to escape the peloton in the final kilometres and caught up with Spratt. There was no catching Longo Borghini though, and the 21-year-old World Championship bronze medalist kept opening her lead all the way to the line, where she was able to take her time celebrating the biggest victory of her career. Johansson outsprinted Van Dijk in the race for second place a minute and 44 seconds later. Marianne Vos sprinted to 6th place as the remains of the peloton arrived at the finish line. She was unable to take a fourth victory but holds on to her lead in the World Cup classification.
It was not my day today, and of course after the World Cup in Drenthe it was also cold and wet, so the weather wasn't the problem, but I just didn't have the legs to follow or to attack, and I saw the decisive break going. I tried to bridge across, but it didn't work out, and then it's just trying to grab as many points as possible for the World Cup, of course.
With her victory, Elisa Longo Borghini became the first Italian to win the Trofeo Alfredo Binda since it became part of the World Cup.
Yeah, it's incredible. I really can't realize now at the moment that I won. I'm not the strongest on a climb. I'm not the strongest in a flat part, but I can manage to race well in the rain, and so I attacked in the downhill, and in the end it worked out. Yeah, it's always really hard to take the jersey. Marianne is really strong, and she is the strongest. I will try to do my best, especially during Ronde van Vlaanderen, that is a race I really like.
No doubt, Elisa Longo Borghini will be one of the riders to watch when the 2013 Women's World Cup returns on March 31st.